Hey guys! Watching The Social Dilemma was genuinely an eye-opener, ano? For me, hindi lang siya simpleng documentary. It felt like a warning, and honestly, medyo nakakatakot talaga siya while watching. Today, pag-uusapan natin yung individual reflections natin regarding the documentary and its connection to ethics of the information age. Today, I am joined by Mav and Hazel.
Hello guys!
What's up, guys?
Ayan, now that we have set the stage, ano-ano nga ba yung mga ethical dilemmas na nakita nyo while watching the documentary? Mav, would you like to start?
Sure. For me, yung pinakatumatak talaga is how social media companies manipulate tayong users for profit. As the documentary says, if you're not paying for the product, you are the product. They monitor every click we make para ma-predict yung mga behavior natin, turning our attention into commodity.
I agree. Nakakatakot how easy it is for companies to manipulate us. May times na nag-like lang ako ng isang skincare product tapos biglang panay ganun na yung lumalabas sa feed ko. Without realizing it, nabudol na ako at nag-checkout na.
Di ba? Dito ko na-realize na super ethically wrong na unahin ang profit by exploiting human psychology. They control the way our feed goes and minsan hindi natin namamalayan.
That leads to my point, which is invasion of privacy. They collect our interests, locations, and habits, often without us fully understanding kung gaano karami yung information na nakukuha nila.
Exactly, Hazel. Minsan kahit usapan lang natin, bigla na lang may lalabas na ads sa phone. Do you think responsibilidad pa ba natin bilang users na basahin yung sobrang habang privacy policies? Or ethical failure na ba ng companies because they make them too complicated?
For me, mix of both. Pero mostly nasa companies talaga. They make those policies long and legalistic para hindi natin basahin. We give away our personal lives for convenience without fully knowing the consequences.
That's so true, and that becomes dangerous because they can build massive profiles about us. Another dilemma I noticed is the loss of human agency and the cult of perfection. Dito, for sure, nakaka-relate tayong karamihan. It is when we curate our lives around a perceived sense of perfection just to get hearts, likes, and thumbs up.
Exactly. And the saddest part is that we equate those signals with the truth. Naniniwala tayo na kapag maraming likes ang post, valuable siya. When in reality, it can just be fake and brittle popularity.
Feel that so much. Parang we are performing for an audience that does not really care about who we are, but only about the aesthetic we present. And it's not just superficial, because it also affects our mental health, especially sa generation nating teenagers.
Exactly. We are more connected than ever, pero we can still feel empty after posting. The algorithm rewards that obsession because it keeps us hooked. And eventually, nakakalimutan natin yung actual human values natin.
But let's be real. Is it just the algorithm or may responsibility din tayo? We are the ones hitting posts. Are we addicted or are we just scared to be unpopular online?
I think it's both. It is a systematic addiction because the system feeds our insecurities. Pero realizing na brittle lang yung popularity na yon is already the first step to breaking the cycle.
I agree. Breaking the cycle starts with awareness. Now, bakit mas malaking problem ito ngayon compared to before, Mav?
Sa tingin ko, it is because social media has become one of our primary sources of truth. When algorithm prioritize engagement over accuracy, hindi lang content ang nakikita natin, but a distorted reality. Nagkakaroon ng echo chambers where we only see information that confirms what we already believe, leading to disinformation and division.
Support ako dyan. And it is not just about misinformation. Our personal data has become valuable currency. When we do not realize how much we are being tracked, nagiging vulnerable tayo to being steered, not just as consumers but also as citizens. It erodes our autonomy.
And let's not forget the psychological toll sa generation natin. The rise in teen depression and anxiety around 2011 was connected to the like button culture. Kapag hindi tayo nakakakuha ng digital validation, minsan feeling natin hindi tayo enough.
So how do we fix this? For me, we need virtue ethics, starting with prudence. We need to think before we believe or share instead of reacting emotionally.
True. I would add temperance. Kailangan natin ng self-control like setting limits on our screen time. It is not just about avoiding phones, but regaining the power to choose what we do with our day.
And we need responsibility and justice. As users, we should be better digital citizens. Pero technology companies also have a moral responsibility to prioritize our well-being over engagement metrics.
But do you really think companies will really change on their own? At the end of the day, their business model depends on keeping us online. Lahat naman tayo naka-experience na ng 5 minutes lang, tapos biglang ang tagal pa pala natin mag-scroll.
That is a fair question. Companies may not change voluntarily if profit remains their priority. But we also cannot place all the responsibility on them. As users, we need to limit unnecessary scrolling, check information before sharing, and not let likes determine our self-worth.
But individual responsibility should not be the only solution. Companies design the platforms and algorithms. They know which features make people scroll longer, compare themselves, and seek validation. They should be transparent about what data they collect, how they use it, and why certain posts appear on our feeds. Our personal information and attention should not be treated as something they can use without meaningful consent.
Exactly. We should not simply accept hidden data collection, addictive science, or algorithms that prioritize engagement over truth. If companies benefit from our attention and personal information, they should also be accountable for the harm this system can cause.
Our shared ethical standpoint is clear. Technology should serve human dignity, not exploit human vulnerability. Social media should help people communicate, learn, and build meaningful relationships, not wrap them in endless scrolling, misinformation, comparison, or dependence on online approval.
Technology can be a powerful tool for connection, but it should never become a trap for our attention, privacy, or self-worth.
So for everyone watching, sana after this discussion, mas maging conscious tayo sa ating digital habits. Before we scroll, share, click, or react, ask yourself, am I using this platform responsibly, or is this platform already influencing me more than I realize?
Let us use social media with prudence, truthfulness, temperance, and responsibility. Because in the end, the goal is not to reject technology, but to make sure that it remains human-centered. Again, to everyone, click responsibly, protect your dignity, and do not let the algorithm decide who you are. Thank you everyone for listening!